Hello students, I hope you all are safe and healthy. So we are going to start with the new topic of advanced accounting, that is hire purchase accounting. So what basically is hire purchase? Firstly, we need to understand that. So when we are supposed to buy certain things for our house or for our business, we have two options to buy them. One is if we have enough cash, we can go for cash purchases. And if we don't have enough cash, we have the option of credit purchases. Under credit purchases, again, though options are available, one is the hire purchase method and another is the installment purchase method. Now, these two offer credit to the buyer, and buyer is supposed to pay the amount in certain installments. But there is difference between these two. Under hire purchase system, ownership is transferred only when the last payment of installment is being made. But under installment purchase method, ownership is transferred immediately on the payment of down payment. Under hire purchase system, the buyer is supposed to make the payment of installments, whether yearly, quarterly, monthly, or half yearly, whatever the terms of agreement are. And if he makes any default in making those installment payments, the seller has a right to repossess the goods. Repossess means he can take back those goods from the buyer. But under installment system, since the ownership has been transferred to the buyer, seller has no right to repossess the goods if buyer makes any default while making the installment payments. And in that case, then how seller can recover the balanced amount? In this case, seller has the option to go to court, file a case, and recover his balance money from the buyer. So we are going to first start the accounting treatment under hire purchase system. Under hire purchase, buyer is called as hire purchaser. Buyer is called as hire purchaser and the seller is called as hire vendor. Hire purchase price is the sum total of cash price and interest which the seller is going to charge from the buyer. He is providing credit period to the buyer, so he is going to charge something in the name of interest, and that amount of interest is divided into various installments and the installment of cash price and interest. So hire purchase price will always be greater than the cash price, right? Hire purchase price will always be greater than the cash price because it includes cash price plus interest. So interest is included in each installment, right? So next we are going to start with the accounting treatment in the account books of hire purchaser as well as hire vendor. So in the books of purchaser, we post these journal entries. First, when the asset is purchased on hire purchase system, purchaser will debit asset account, machinery, car, whatever he has purchased, it will be debited to hire vendor account, and this entry will be posted with the amount of cash price, with total cash price, right? Then purchaser will pay the down payment. So for down payment, he will debit the vendor account and credit the cash or bank account, and the amount will be of down payment only. Then at the end of first year, interest will be due. Interest account debited to hire vendor account. Then installment will be paid by him. So hire vendor to bank. इंटरेस्ट की एंट्री में सिर्फ इंटरेस्ट की अमाउंट आपने इंक्लूड करनी है एंड हायर वेंडर टू बैंक, जब आप इंस्टॉलमेंट की एंट्री पास करोगे, हेयर वी विल राइट द अमाउंट ऑफ इंस्टॉलमेंट विच इज इंक्लूसिव ऑफ cash price as well as interest. Now this person is using the asset, so he can charge depreciation on this asset as well. So depreciation will be charged at the end of year, depreciation account debited to asset account. And depreciation at the end of year, balance of depreciation account and balance of interest account will be transferred to profit and loss account. So entry for this will be profit and loss to interest account to depreciation account. So entry for interest, installment, depreciation and transfer, these four entries will be repeated every year, and this process will continue till the last payment of installment, right? Then now in the books of vendor, when goods have been sold by the vendor, so he will debit the hire purchaser account because this is a credit purchase, so purchaser's account will be debited to hire sales account, right? And secondly, when he will receive down payment, so he is receiving the amount, so cash account debited to hire purchaser account. For interest, here interest is his income, so hire purchaser account to interest account, ये ड्यू की एंट्री हो जाएगी. फिर जब वो रिसीव करेगा इंटरेस्ट, तो कैश अकाउंट डेबिटेड टू हायर परचेजर अकाउंट. एंड लास्टली इंटरेस्ट अकाउंट को आप बैलेंस करोगे, उसका बैलेंस P&L में ट्रांसफर कर दोगे, राइट? फ्रॉम in the books of vendor, third entry, fourth and fifth, these will be repeated till the payment of last installment, right? Now for making these entries, we need certain amounts to be calculated. For the calculation of those amounts, there are different cases how to calculate these amounts. So this is the basic format for calculating. This one is the basic format for calculating the amounts of cash price, installment, interest, etc. So first column indicates number of installments or the year. This is the column of cash price. Third column is of installment. Fourth is of interest. And fifth is of cash price involved in each installment. And fifth का जो आंसर हम कैलकुलेट करते हैं वो हम 3 - 4 इंस्टॉलमेंट के अमाउंट में से इंटरेस्ट के अमाउंट माइनस करते जाएंगे, तो कैश प्राइस इन्वॉल्व इन ईच इंस्टॉलमेंट आपके पास आता जाएगा, राइट? सो वी आर डूइंग द केस 1 where hire purchase price, interest rate, and cash price, all three are given. These three are required to solve any question of hire purchase accounting, right? If all three variables are given, we can solve the question in this way. We are referring to illustration 1. Illustration 1 on page number 4.4. Here the purchaser is Ram and Company. He has purchased a machinery on 1st January 2014. The cash price of this machinery is 12,894 and he has paid rupees 2,000 on the signing of agreement. The amount which is given on the signing of agreement is called as down payment, right? And afterwards he is supposed to pay 4,000 installment, and he is going to pay 3 equal annual installments. So his loan is for 3 years, 3 installments उसकी बन गई है 4,000 की. So 4,000 into 3 is 12,000. 12,000 plus 2,000 of down payment, it will make up 14,000. So hire purchase price is 14,000. See, hire purchase price is more than the cash price, and the difference between these two prices is called as interest. This is the total interest 1106 which is being charged by the seller from his buyer, right? So this is the total amount of interest. and rate of interest is given to you. This is 5% per annum. Now we will calculate the amount of interest involved in each installment, right? So total cash price is 12,894. Interest is always charged on the outstanding balance. जितना हमने अभी देना है पैसा, interest उस पे charge किया जाता है. So we have made payment of rupees 2,000 as down payment. So जो आपने पे कर दिया उस पे तो आप interest charge नहीं करोगे. So 2,000 हम minus कर देंगे. So outstanding balance जो buyer ने pay off करना है to the seller is 10,894. And interest is charged at the end of the year. So at the end of first year, the outstanding balance would be 10,894. और इस अमाउंट पे 5% के हिसाब से हमने इंटरेस्ट कैलकुलेट किया 545. तो इस 4,000 की अमाउंट में 545 इंटरेस्ट की अमाउंट इंक्लूडेड है. तो बाकी की जो बची हुई अमाउंट है 3,455, दैट इज ऑफ कैश प्राइस, राइट. देन इतनी अमाउंट फर्स्ट ईयर के एंड पे आप पे ऑफ कर दोगे टू दी सेलर. तो आपका आउटस्टैंडिंग अमाउंट अगले साल के लिए रह जाएगा 7,439. सो नेक्स्ट ईयर इंटरेस्ट विल बी चार्ज्ड ऑन 7,439. So the amount of interest would be 372. Again, this 372 is included in this 4,000. So 4,000 में से 372 माइनस जब आप करोगे तो आपके पास 3,628 की कैश प्राइस निकल आएगी. तो सेकेंड ईयर में आप इतनी कैश प्राइस पे ऑफ कर दोगे अपने वेंडर को, एंड रिमेनिंग आउटस्टैंडिंग अमाउंट वुड बी 3,811 एट द एंड ऑफ थर्ड ईयर व्हेन यू आर सपोज टू पे द लास्ट इंस्टॉलमेंट. अगर आप 3,811 पे इंटरेस्ट कैलकुलेट करोगे तो ये इंटरेस्ट 189 से या कुछ ज़्यादा आ सकता है या कुछ थोड़ा कम आ सकता है. और उस कारण से हमारा ये कैश प्राइस का कॉलम एंड में आ जाके निल होना चाहिए कि हमने एक सिंगल रुपी भी वेंडर को पे ऑफ नहीं करना. 3 इंस्टॉलमेंट्स पे करने के बाद हमारी लाइबिलिटी निल हो गई है. तो ये निल करने के लिए हम क्या करते हैं, हम टोटल इंटरेस्ट जो हमने ये 11,006 निकाला हुआ है, 1106 सॉरी, इसमें से हम जो दो इंटरेस्ट ऑलरेडी कैलकुलेट कर चुके हैं 545 और 372 का, ये हम माइनस कर देंगे. तो बैलेंसिंग अमाउंट जो आपके पास आएगी 189, दिस वुड बी द इंटरेस्ट फॉर लास्ट थर्ड ईयर, राइट. अगेन 4,000 में से इंटरेस्ट की अमाउंट माइनस करोगे तो ये आपके पास 3,811 की फिगर आएगी. 3,811 की इंस्टॉलमेंट कैश प्राइस की आप पे ऑफ कर दोगे एट द एंड ऑफ थर्ड ईयर. अब 3 इंस्टॉलमेंट्स आपने पे कर दी, डाउन पेमेंट आपने पे कर दी, इसके बाद एसेट हो गया आपका. आपने कुछ भी अमाउंट पे ऑफ नहीं करनी है टू द वेंडर नाउ, राइट. एंड इस टेबल को बनाने के बाद वी कैन इजीली पास ऑन दी एंट्रीज, जर्नल एंट्रीज. यूजुअली यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू पास ऑन दी जर्नल एंट्रीज और यू हैव टू मेक दी लेजर अकाउंट्स इन द बुक्स ऑफ वेंडर और परचेजर जो भी आपको गिवन होगा. आई होप यू कैन डू the journal entries or make the ledger accounts from the books itself. It is quite easy. So on the basis of this illustration, you can do question number 1, back question 1, and illustration 2 and 3. In illustration 3, the amount of installment is not fixed. It is different every year. Like here it is 4,000 every year. In that question, it is 4,000 for first year, 5,000 for second year and 6,000 for थर्ड ईयर. तो अमाउंट ऑफ इंस्टॉलमेंट डिफरेंट है, लेकिन आपको कैश प्राइस भी गिवन है, हायर परचेज प्राइस भी गिवन है, इंटरेस्ट का रेट भी गिवन है. तो सिंपली आपकी ये वैल्यूज चेंज हो जाएंगी एंड अकॉर्डिंगली ये वैल्यूज चेंज हो जाएंगी. आपकी मेथोडोलॉजी विल रिमेन द सेम. सो दिस इज योर होमवर्क. You have to do the practice question, back question 1 and illustration 2 and 3. After this method, I'll be getting in touch with you with the next method, next case. So this is all for today's lecture. Hope you are getting it. If you find any problem, you can message me or call me during 9 to 4. So good luck. Stay home. Be safe. Goodbye.